we've had to work really hard to keep our farmers interested in organic, and our agronomists on the ground do an amazing job of keeping that network super strong and scaling it for our growth. But there's an element of we need to create a financial incentive to farm better. Organic alone doesn't necessarily create that. And then you layer on the fact that drought, which is cyclical in Thailand with the El Nino. So we're hopefully getting to the end of a drought year this year. Creates fewer coconuts per tree and fewer milliliters per coconut. And we know we face this on a cyclical nature. So how can we climate proof, because organic doesn't really touch the climate element? How can we touch our farms in a climate positive way that makes them more resilient to climate change and therefore creates this financial incentive? Like at the end of the day, our farmers are going to need this financial incentive to opt in when the market structures aren't necessarily there otherwise. And so our goal and where we initially launched with ReCAP was, okay, what does a regenerative model for coconut farming look like? How can we entice farmers to adopt that? Let's go and study the various regenerative practices, see which ones have the best, financial impact, whether that be through greater yields or additional revenue streams. That was the ultimate goal. The Danone Ecosystem Fund has actually funded an organic strawberries project in Morocco that looked at providing inputs to those farmers and helping provide the education and the training. Why don't we see if there's funding to do something for regenerative agriculture in Thailand? And so we said, okay, that actually sounds like a great idea. Let's cost share some of these learnings. And so we wrote a concept note, got that approved, and then ReCAP kicked off in 2020. And we started with 10 farmers in our pilot program across, I think, like 7 different types of regenerative practices. We ultimately scaled that to 350 farmers. There was lots of other learnings and developments along the way. I think we created 3 different formulas for on-farm compost, among many other things beyond just enrolling and engaging farmers in the program. And then it concluded last year, and we actually made all those learnings and materials open source. So those are available in both English and in Thai for anyone who wants them. And now we're in the next phase of, okay, how can we scale this? How can we continue to drive that financial incentive for farmers? Because I think there's still work and learnings to be done there.